So there's two ways dropshipping works. One way is you can sell on Amazon. The other
Mm-hmm.
way is you can create your own website and then dropship stuff. Dropshipping basically means you will have products set on your website, you won't make any kind of investment, and you will link existing products in markets, in cheaper markets. In China, for example, you will put the products, and then when people buy them, the order gets processed from the seller in China and they will send it to them. So you're basically just spending money on marketing. Amazon, on the other hand, is you have to buy the product and you have to actually put an investment and then send it to the Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon would do the rest. They will deal with the processing if you want, unless you want to do that by yourself. But it's way easier to do it this way. And when I went into e-commerce, my idea was that it's hard to build a company and gain credibility so that people can trust the company and that people can trust you as a person, and then people know and trust the product. That is just a lot of steps, and I thought Amazon was easier. And I started doing some research on Amazon. I got a bunch of products. I got products from China to sell them, and I saw that you can do product research. You can see what products are selling, what products are missing, and I did just that. There was three products, and there wasn't a lot of them on Amazon. Bought them, and I sent them to the warehouse, but then they weren't selling at all. Barely one unit every like couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't give up then. I want to get creative about it. So I did a lot more research and watched a lot of videos, started reading about it a bit, and I came across this product. I don't know do you guys know what Funko Pops are? Those little bubblehead toys. Okay, so they're like action figure toys,
Mm-hmm.
based on like different movie
Okay, I see.
characters. And then there is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Do you guys know the movie?
Yeah.
So it was still coming out, and there was the new character, the baby Groot, and those Funko Pops were getting so popular on Amazon. And I was looking at them; they were selling for like $59 or $69. And I went to Walmart right here in Ottawa, and they were selling them for like $19. So I was like, all right, wait, that's a big margin of profit there.
Mm-hmm.
And they had maybe like 20, 25 or something. I bought all of them, and then I went home and I ordered online. I ordered about another 30, 35 or something. Got them, sent them to Amazon, and they all sold in less than 2 weeks. And I made about 1,400 and something profit just on those. I was like, okay, this is amazing. Now I'm gonna start getting into Funko Pops. So I put all that money into more Funko Pops, but the Baby Groot was sold out. So I said, you know what? They're working. I'll just get anything. And then I got a bunch of other Funko Pops, and they didn't sell. They didn't sell as well as the Baby Groot one was. So it was getting slower and slower and slower. And eventually I decided that, it's just time consuming. I'm taking too much time in research. You have to do a lot of market research. There's a lot of competition. And I didn't have the capital to say I'm going to go full in. And that's when I stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just based on my own research on dropshipping, like obviously there's a bunch of people who advertise online and tell you that it's like you'll get your shop set up and you start selling your product and it's basically passive income. You don't have to do anything. But it like judging from my experience from my research is that it takes a lot of time at front up to first of all just develop the if you're at least market research to find the right product, or if you're going the route of developing a product that takes time. And just the other problem was the problem of inventory. Apparently Amazon has some requirements on inventory, so it's kind of hard for people to, if you're not selling as much, to buy a lot of products and let them go to waste, or it's a little bit of a gamble. But do you think there's a way of doing it right in this day and age?
Doing drop shipping?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is a way. Well, first off, the biggest disadvantage that was happening in dropshipping is that when it's shipping from China, it's taking forever. And when people have the option of going on Amazon, ordering something and getting it the next day, they're not going to want to wait 14, 15 days, even if they want to pay, an extra $10. So handling shipments is crucial. If people can get inventory and keep it, and then they say, we ship within 2 to 3 business days, then they're kind of on the same level of Amazon there. But then the second thing is that people need there's margins of marketing. If you do spend on marketing, on ads, you're gonna get sales. I have some of my friends, they're doing drop shipping, right? And they have a product selling for about 40, 47 or $49. And they have to spend about $25 to $30 in ads to get one sale. All right. So if people are willing at first to refine their marketing, because you're going to try the ad the first time, it's not going to work. Keep trying it, keep refining your website until you hit that sweet spot where you are getting a sale in marketing for less than what you incur in costs, and you're making a profit. Then it can work. Otherwise, there's a lot of competition, and it's gonna be hard to pull it off.
I was wondering what are the most like common mediums for advertising when you do drop shipping? Like what are the ones that you would say have been the most, let's say, have given you the most return on investment? Which type of
Organic,
ads?
organic ones. So don't put an ad with like a picture of the product and be like, go buy my product. Nobody goes on Facebook, for example, with the intention of buying a product. I'm not gonna open Facebook and be like, okay, now I'm gonna wait till I see a product that's suitable, and that it doesn't work that way. But a lot of people, they pay promoters. So like pages like BuzzFeed, for example, they make a little video saying, oh, people are going crazy about this new product, right? And then you see people using the product. See, you don't showcase the product, you showcase the result of it. You see people using it, having fun with it, I don't know, getting motivated, cutting their hair, whatever the product does, all right? And they showcase it in a way where it's organic. It's not somebody pushing the idea to them. It's them watching a video and being like, oh, this looks like a nice product. So this is by far the best way you can do, not just for dropshipping, for any kind of marketing.
Yeah, and
Because
I
my
guess this.
mom,
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, because what my mom would, because obviously all of our parents, I'm pretty sure, are on Facebook. Africans, they love Facebook and all that, and that's where I feel like a lot of us have also created a big exodus. We kind of left Facebook because all the parents came, but like she'll show me sometimes a product that she found on Facebook, and she'll have me vet the product because even to her, there's like it seems like this might be a scam. I don't know what it is, and I think as is that also you think plays in the fact that you don't like those type of ads don't work well on Facebook.
To be honest, on Facebook, if you want to put an ad and try to sell a product, you can. Like it still works. It still works. But the margins are different. When Facebook was first starting, you can put an ad and literally with like $1 in ad spend, you can be selling a product. But now your ad needs to be exposed to a lot more people in order for you to get one sale. So if your product is less than 25 or $30, there's no way you can do Facebook ads and make a profit out of it.
Mhm. Yeah, and yeah, I guess this is the perfect segue into your company that you started for in marketing and advertisement, um, called Kinetic Place, if I have it right. And could you talk to us about like the process of starting the company and how that was for you?
It was painful, not gonna lie, because at first I had no credibility in marketing other than the results that I had for myself. So I talked to a few clients, to a few people, just reached out and said, hey, like I'll work with you for free for 1 month, and if you think that what I'm doing is worth your money, then we can talk about business. And that was a successful strategy. I worked with them for a month. I showed them the results. I added value to their business, and then they're like, "Okay, look, we want to work with you." And we started working together. But the thing is, what I notice with a lot of clients, when you're a small business, clients, they have a lot of demands. They want you to do so many things, But at the same time, because they're a small business, they don't have the funds to support that kind of work. So that was kind of like the big obstacle. And then I started, I had a lot of people that I know, and I said, look, if you want to learn how this is working, you can come work with me, you can help me. And at the same time, I won't have the same workload that I had. But obviously, it's hard to motivate people just by the idea of, oh, this business is going to grow, and when it does grow, it's going to be profitable for both of us. Because people are not willing to work 10, 15 hours a week sometimes and just not get paid for it, So that was more like progressing into the business. I had a team, about 10 people working. And at first it was working, it was amazing. But then things started to fall apart bit by bit, and the workload will always fall back on the owner. And I couldn't, I had obligations with my clients. I couldn't just say if people didn't do the work or they didn't do it properly, I had to do it again. And at the end of it, it was just consuming. It was really consuming. But the process of starting a business is systematic, to be honest. You don't need a lot to start a business nowadays. You need a website, you need a service, an idea, a mission, a vision, and then you start reaching out to clients. Start for free at first because you don't have the credibility, and then start building on top of that.
Yeah, and how would you go about reaching out to clients? Would you do it would you do it online, or would you do it physically around, like, I guess, Ottawa or something?
So the way I did it is I wanted to get into like restaurants, bars, and pubs because I thought that doing social media for these kind of places would be really interesting. It's a lot of fun. And I went on Yelp, and I started looking at all the restaurants in Ottawa, and I started noticing that some of them did not have websites. Now, when a company or a business, they don't have a website, even a pub or a restaurant, then that means they're not really well integrated into digital marketing, and that they might need my services. So whenever I found a business that doesn't have a website, and then I look them up on social media, and they're not really on social media, or like they have like 5 followers, I start reaching out to them and being like, hey, let's meet up, let's talk. I do this, this, and that, and I would work with you for free. So obviously most of them were really interested. They're like, okay, let's meet up. Some people were even skeptical. They're like, all right, there's a catch there. Where's the cash? I'm like, there's no cash. I'm just trying to grow my business. And that's how I did it. Literally email, Instagram, Facebook, and then I'd go and meet them and close the deal.
Because I was the concept of working for free is such an interesting concept to me because it requires sacrifice. But I guess once you believe so much in the service you're doing, you're gonna get that return on investment eventually.
Absolutely. See, working for free, people always take it as somebody's working for free. I'm working with somebody for free, but he's my mentor. He's a lot more successful than me. He's a multimillionaire, and he's had massive success in business. And I work with him, and I work for him every day almost for free. For free. I never ask him for money. I don't even think about it, because there's a thing here. Money, you can get paid, and then you're gonna go waste your money, buy some shoes, buy Ultra Boost, or do whatever you want, right? And then the money's gone. Money's gone. But the knowledge you acquire, what I learned from him, is worth a lot more than what he could have ever paid me, because I have this knowledge for the rest of my life, and I can use it whenever I want, however I want, and I can scale it the way I want. But most people won't look at it this way, especially people who don't have really like entrepreneurial tendencies, who don't want to start a business, and they don't think that way. They will look at it as, oh, I'm working for free. No, you're working for exchange of knowledge and skill sets, is how I look at it. You know?
And I'm wondering, how do you even get to that point of developing that mentality? Because did it come from somewhere, or it's just something you knew you had to do?
It's it's not just something you have to do. You work on it every day. Like Like, I share, usually I share on Instagram, I share, my success and my work and my business and all that. But I often tell people that, that doesn't mean that this is me every day. Like, okay, I have days where I work 14, 16 hours, but I have days where I barely work for like 8 hours and I just can't work, Like it happens with everybody. It's a continuous process. I work on my mindset every single day. I don't miss a day and when I do miss a day where I don't work on my mindset, the next day I just feel awful. And it's just a continuous process.